Portugal is officially dead. They got rid of the golden visa by real estate investment. They want to get rid of the NHR, tax exemption. If you wanted to move to Portugal, you wanted to enjoy the beautiful nature, the surfing, the beaches in the south, well, now you can't unless you pay 50% tax starting in 2024. This especially affects retirees that had a pension and they could pay very little amount of tax, and now they're paying 40-something 50% tax. Is going to affect crypto investors, is going to essentially turn into an extremely high tax country, which it is, but you had a lot of exceptions, you have a lot of visas that you could take advantage of, but now they are all disappearing. And to say that, yeah, you can still do the golden visa by fund investment or by scientific investment, it's not the same as real estate. We all know that real estate is the way to go if you want to get a golden visa, whether that's Spain, whether that's Greece, you want to get it through real estate, and Portugal is pushing away the wealthy with their new changes. I'm going to tell you 3 other options that you can take advantage of if you want to pay less taxes in Europe and you want to work towards an amazing second passport. The first option is Italy. With their €100,000 per year lump sum tax program, you can enjoy this beautiful country that is usually an extremely high tax country, very aggressive tax system. You have a lot of different climates. If you want the north, a little bit more chilly, you got Milan. You have the south, Sicily, Sardinia. You have Lampedusa if you want to hang out with African migrants. Essentially, you have a lot of different places in Italy that you could take advantage of, and you could get an easy residency permit by applying that 100,000 per year euro lump sum tax program. Now, this really helps people that are making over $1 million a year in profit, because if you make $1 million a year in profit, then you're essentially just paying 10% tax to live in an extremely high tax country, and in 10 years you can apply for Italian citizenship. So it really benefits people that are making over $1 million a year. If you're making 5 million, 10 million, you're absolutely crushing it with the crypto market. We're entering the bull run again, and you're going to make 20, 30 million dollars with your crypto. Then Italy is a straightforward path to get a second citizenship, to live essentially almost tax-free, because you're paying 100,000 and you're worth $30 million. This could be a much better option than Portugal for so many people. Italy, in my opinion, also provides a lot better of a luxury lifestyle than Portugal. If you're used to St. Regis, Ritz-Carlton, really high-level service, Italy has that, specifically Rome and Milan. You can find amazing hotels, amazing service, great drivers, and overall a better luxurious experience than Portugal. The second option right next to Portugal is Spain. Now, Spain is a very high tax country, very aggressive tax country. They are having an aging population where the younger people are paying more in taxes than anybody else, and they're going to continue to raise those taxes. They aggressively go and take your money from taxes like they did to Shakira. They aggressively checked every single day that she was in the country in order to name her a tax resident. But if you've never been a tax resident of Spain and you apply for the Spanish golden visa, let's say you put €1 million in a bank account, or you buy property for €500,000, you could then apply for the Beckham law. The Beckham law is a tax exemption law that was for David Beckham. Now it is open for pretty much anybody that is bringing wealth into the country, and you could get a 5 to 6 year tax exemption on all of your foreign income. The 6 years comes from the year when you apply. So let's say you apply in 2024, then it counts 2024 plus 5 other years. So you could essentially live 6 years in Spain without paying any tax, only on the tax that you make from Spanish source income. So let's say that you get a Spanish personal bank account and you send €20,000 there, then you could pay tax on those €20,000, and then everything else outside of Spain wouldn't pay any tax. Your Dubai company wouldn't pay tax in Spain, your US company, your UK company, literally anything else all over the world, especially your crypto, wouldn't pay any taxes in Spain. You could enjoy a massive country with many different climates, many different natural places, as well as beautiful cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Tenerife, you have Mallorca, and overall a beautiful country. As well as for Latin American citizens, at the time when you were born, if you were a Latin American citizen or you were born in Puerto Rico and you are a US citizen by birth, you could then qualify for Spanish citizenship after 2 years of living in Spain. Therefore, you can apply for citizenship within that tax exemption, claim a second amazing passport while not paying any taxes legally to Spain. And the third option is Malta. Two beautiful islands. I personally have been to Malta. I'm in love with the country. I absolutely love the beaches. I love the people. I love the food. Malta overall, one of the best places in the world. You could easily get permanent residency by donating around 150,000 euros. You get permanent residency. You could live for the rest of your life in Malta. Also, they have extremely low taxes. You're paying around 10% full income tax, and you're also exempt from long-term crypto holdings. So if you're holding through the bull run and you're waiting 2 years for Bitcoin to hit $150,000, $200,000, and you want to cash out at $20-30 million, that would all essentially be tax-free. Your company income would be low, your personal income would be low. Again, you would be a permanent resident very easily, and you could also get citizenship if you donate around $1 million. So overall, Malta wants wealthy people to come. They consistently fight with the European Union to maintain their permanent residency program, to maintain their citizenship program. So they want wealth to come into the country. They're making a lot of money off it. They're happy about it. And even though a lot of migrants are coming into Malta, they usually come into Malta and then they leave to other countries like Germany or the UK. And an honorable mention, although for taxes, it doesn't really work out too great, but if you want to get a golden visa and you want to get a residency permit in Europe, you obviously have the Greek golden visa. If you invest 250,000 euros in some areas, 500,000 euros in the most popular areas like Athens or Santorini, in real estate, you could get a Greek golden visa without even going to Greece. There are no residency requirements. You could keep that golden visa as long as you want. And after 7 years, you could theoretically apply for Greek citizenship, although it is very unlikely to be granted if you haven't been living in the country and you don't speak the language. But if you want a golden visa, you want that residency in Europe without actually having to live in that country, then the Greek golden visa is a great program. A little side note, if you want to do any of these programs or any residency by investment programs around the world, make sure to click that link in the description, wealthyexpat.com, book a call with us. We're happy to help you. If you're looking for the best countries around the world for a wealthy expat like you, here are the 10 countries that wealthy expats choose that the millionaires around the world are moving to. Check it out right now to learn the top 10 countries.